Hi, my name is Jeff Boyce, and I've been a Denver Metro Realtor for 20 plus years here, and I wanted to give you an update on our Denver Metro market, but on this video specifically the Aurora Colorado market and what's going on there since spring. So here's an update on Aurora Colorado for you. Now, the number one and the number two selling zip codes in Aurora are still 813 and 815 in Aurora, with zip code 813 averaging about 97 sales every 30 days or so, and 815 we're at about 42 sales every 30 days. So you can see 813, interestingly enough, is the number one selling zip code in Aurora. More than double 815, and 815 has some of the Cherry Creek School District homes in there, whereas 813 is just straight up the Aurora Public Schools. So let's talk about what's going on in Aurora. The good news in Aurora as of today is that our listings have doubled. Yes, I said that. Our listings have doubled in the last 90 days. So since summer started and during the spring, we've actually doubled here in the fall at back to school the number of listings available. So that's very good for people looking for a home. What's the reason for that, you say, Jeff? Why all of a sudden would, the housing inventory double? Well, there's two primary reasons on that. And number one is it always tapers off at back to school, where we lose about 50 or 60% of our normal ordinary home buyers. And the second thing is we're starting to ease up on our COVID-19 restrictions with masks and all of our restaurants now and sporting events and everything you can do right now. You don't need a mask unless you're going to go into a government office or your doctor's office here in the Aurora area and all throughout the Denver metro area. So those are positive signs. Next, let's talk about home sales in 813 and 815 Aurora and the rest of Aurora. We're still in a bidding war in nearly every single Aurora neighborhood, but these statistics I'm going to give you next are based on all homes, single-family homes, from 0 to 600,000 and below, and then 3-bed, 2-bath or more, and a 2-car garage or bigger type homes. So here's our statistics on this. Typically on Thursdays, and this is the craziest thing if you're relocating from out of town or coming here from out of state, but this is how virtually all of the Denver metro real estate market works, is that the listing agents do not need to put their houses on the market Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday and have all these showing inconveniences for their sellers. They primarily put them on the market Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and in Aurora, on a typical weekend right now, we are getting 162 home showings every weekend. So that's it for inventory in good old Aurora. There's 162 homes on average over the last 3 months on an average weekend. So multiply that by 4 and there still are not a lot of homes for sale in Aurora. And that includes all the zip codes in Aurora, not just 813 or 815, only 162. Now, to give you an idea how strong the Aurora home sales are, the entire Denver County homes for sale, which is about 3 times bigger in area and population than Aurora, the city and county of Denver homes, again, under 600,000 with 3 bedrooms and 2 baths and a 2-car garage, there are only about 103 of those available every weekend. So as you can see, with 162 new listings every weekend in Aurora and Denver with only 103, you still have a lot more variety of homes in the Aurora area, and that's why Aurora still remains very popular. Another reason that Aurora remains so popular is that the median price of an Aurora home is still under $500,000, that there are still homes under $400,000. As a matter of fact, you can still find an Aurora home listed at about $390,000 or so. And those are in both the Cherry Creek schools, probably the #1 rated school system in the entire Colorado area, and in the Aurora Public Schools. And then in Aurora, comparing our current homes for sale that have actually sold in the last 30 days and compare that to a year ago, our median price has gone up. Since last year, our COVID year, our median price in Aurora has gone up 15.8%. Isn't that crazy? So if you would have bought a home last year in Aurora and then take it forward here a year, you would have made 15.8%. I mean, can you imagine that? That's just crazy. That's just crazy, crazy. And then let's take a look at Aurora compared to some of the other cities around it. And like I said, we're just talking about home availability right now, because that's the only thing we have here in the Denver metro area is availability. It's our #1 problem, and that is a very, very, very low, record low housing inventory right now. So Aurora gets about 162 homes for sale every weekend from 0 to 600,000, like I said. But let's compare that to Parker, which only has 32 homes for sale every weekend. Centennial, 31 homes. Castle Rock, 28 homes. Highlands Ranch only gets 18 homes per weekend for sale. Isn't that the craziest thing ever? And like I said, Denver gets about 103 homes. Thornton, 37 homes. Arvada, 42 homes. In Westminster, way up there in the far northwest, only gets about 29 homes for sale every single weekend. So if you're looking to relocate to the Denver metro or Aurora area, relocate with a new job or just come out here looking for a job, our inventories are very low. So you really need to put together a strategy with an experienced realtor like yours truly, because we can still buy these homes. Even though our statistics are on all Denver metro homes, there are between 6 and 10, on average, contracts per home per weekend. 6 to 10 contracts. You're going to be in a bidding war, but there are ways to beat that bidding war. And when I mean bidding wars, I don't mean a few $1,000s over list price. I'm talking $20,000 to $25,000 minimum, more commonly $30,000, $40,000 or $50,000 over list price bids are going to be needed to purchase any of these homes, and that includes all of Aurora. And I'm sorry, but that's just our current market right now. As a matter of fact, I just wrote a contract for a client that we got bid out on, and we were, I kid you not, $100,000 over list price, and my clients had that additional cash because they were coming from out of state and they had sold a previous home. And the bidding war on that house, the winning bid was $125,000 over list price, and the list price was $465,000. Isn't that just the craziest thing ever? So if you need help on all of this, if you're relocating here or you need to get a new home loan here, we can still actually buy homes here. If you're looking to buy a home under about $500,000, you can still buy a home here for only about $5,000 or $6,000 total cash out of pocket, as long as we don't get into too bad of a bidding war. I've got one of the world's best mortgage lenders if you'll give me a call at 303-622-5700. And we'll get you set up on a pre-approved loan. That'll make our contract offers much better. And then I have some other strategies for getting you a house, even though it might take 2 or 3 weeks or 4 or 5 weeks, which I think is our average on some of the lower homes below $450,000. So prepare yourself for a bidding war. And again, my name is Jeff Boyce, and I've specialized selling single-family homes in the Denver metro area and Aurora. Actually, My kids just bought a great big giant 2-story out in Aurora about 1.5 years ago, and it's already appreciated almost $75,000. If you can believe that, isn't that just the craziest thing ever? Again, Jeff Boyce, 303-622-5700. Give me a call, text, or email, and I'm glad to help with your relocation or any questions you might have on any of the popular Aurora zip codes. 810, 811, 812, 813, which is the #1 selling, 814, which is in the Cherry Creek School District, 815 is shared, Cherry Creek School District and the Aurora School District, 816, 17, and 18, and 19. I'm glad to help you with all of that. Thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me a thumbs up on this, please, if you liked it. And if it stunk or you'd like me to add some stuff, please give me a thumbs down. I appreciate those too. And then tell me what you're looking for in an Aurora house by either text, phone call, or email. Thanks again.